welcome back to my channel. For this video, that you guys see in my title, moving differently, taking a different direction in life as someone with a disability. I got that idea to make this video from a previous video that I read an article like how when you have a progressive disability like muscular dystrophy, your life will tend to be a little different from someone who doesn't have a disability. I mean, there'll be a few changes in somebody's life. You have to take your own route in life, not do the norm type of life. The norm is like you go from birth to being an infant, being a kid, being a teenager, being an adult. What adulthood means. You're gonna start your own family at some point and have a stable job. You don't do all that stuff that it's the norm. Your parents did it. Your parents, were were the same as you. They were infant at one point. They were kids. They were teenager. They were adults. Then your parents, obviously got married, had kids, had you and stuff. But somehow with someone who has muscular dystrophy or progressive disability, most of those things that it's the norm that people do with their lives. You probably won't do all that things because it's not because you don't want to, or if you're not trying to have do your own life and stuff, have your own life. It's because that's how muscular dystrophy works. You won't have. I'll say you'll have somewhat of a normal life, but you probably won't be able to do all those things that I just mentioned. And stuff. So I'm gonna talk about my own personal experience, add a couple of my own personal opinion for this video. So I thought I'd do that was just the introduction of the video, explaining what I want to talk about. I hope I made sense at the beginning what I was trying to say with my words and stuff. You know. But anyway, for me, it's like I, if you've been following my channel, I don't have any siblings and stuff. I grew up with my cousins. They're almost like my siblings. Especially one of my cousins, where he's 6 months older than me and stuff. And when we were kids, we grew up together, like I said, since we were infants. Then we were kids, we always got along. When we were kids, we did sleepovers and stuff, and stuff, and play video games and all that stuff. But at some point, my mom told me, like, at some point in our lives, when we got a little older, we were not gonna hang out that much as we did because my mom was, I mean, basically being realistic, being keeping it real. I'll say that at some point he's gonna want to hang out with his friends, have a relationship with someone. When you're a teenager, you start all that stuff, hanging out with your friends, dating and stuff. And it was like he was not gonna have time for me, not because he was being. Some people, oh, he's messed up or stuff like that, or even the person with a disability might be mad at family members because they don't hang out with them, they don't talk to them like they used to. But it's not like they're being messed up or mean to you. There's like they have to do their own thing, they have to do the norm thing, like I said, which I mean never bothered me. I focus on myself and stuff. So once we hit our teenager, middle school, things didn't change much. We still talk, we still game, but he will do other activity, hang out with his friends and stuff, and I'll do my own thing differently. Then we hit high school. Things didn't change a lot, I'll say. It didn't change a lot for a few. Maybe freshman year, we were still gaming, talking, hanging out, but no more sleepover like we did. Things were trying to change. And like I said, it's not that he was being messed up to or mean or didn't want to talk to me. It's like I mentioned in the title of my video, taking direct, I had to take a different path in life. My path in life was just graduate high school. That's it. At the beginning, that was my thought, just graduate. While he was gonna do the norm, hang out with his friends, dating, and all that stuff. For me, it was like you have to keep it real. That stuff might be out of hand for you and stuff. So that happened during high school. He started seeing someone. So I mean, I wasn't mad that he was always with her. With that person. He was dating with, or he was in a relationship with. Never got mad. I focused on me, doing my own thing and stuff, you know. And things were just like that for almost all high school, and stuff. Then we graduated high school together. Then, I went to college. He went to college for a few semesters, but didn't graduate. I spent all my, after high school, going to college, trying to get that degree. While he was just, at first he was going to school and stuff, then things change, starting out going out with friends, party. You know how it is when you're in your 18, 20, in your 18 or in your 20s, go out with your friend, party, drink, and do all that stuff. For me, I was like, I had to do other things in life because my life is a little differently, and stuff. So I focused on school. He was doing that. In present time, I mean, he already moved in with the person he was with, not the same person he was with high school, but he already moved in with someone, he's working and stuff. So he's basically doing his own thing, the norm and stuff. But I made this video because there's some people with muscular dystrophy or any disability that feel bad, they feel angry at the world because they feel like they don't belong anywhere because it's like all their friends, all their family members are doing their own thing. Like I said, some are starting their own family, having their own kids and stuff, and it's like they don't have time to talk to you, to hang out with you, because they're doing their own. They have their own things to do and stuff. I understood that since I was younger. Like I said, my mom told me things were gonna change at some point. I mean, I still talk to my cousin, but he's doing his own thing. I basically have to do my own thing. It can be hard for individual living with muscular dystrophy. It's like who doesn't want to have a life, despite their disability? It can feel overwhelming at times not being able to do that, and stuff. I'm not saying it can happen. There's cases that people, despite their disability, they started their own family, they have a job, they have their own place, their own house. You know, there's people that, despite their disability, they're doing big things, achieving things that probably was impossible years, but it's not in every case. People who had started a relationship with someone, or you know started their own families, I took statistics, so if I had to explain in a statistic way, I'll say it's 1% chance someone with muscular dystrophy or any progressive disability start their own family. It's not something, it's not something you see. It's like, let's say you go to a public place, you rarely see a person with muscular dystrophy or any disability, be with someone, be like, when you go somewhere, you see people with their girlfriend, spouse, whatever you want to call that, but you never see someone with muscular dystrophy or any disability be with someone that be like, oh, they're together or something like that. I mean, it does happen. People do start families with muscular dystrophy. They have their own family, but it's not like something that happens every day, you know. Same with jobs, you don't see a lot of people working like with a disability, in a wheelchair working a 5 to 6 job, 5 to 6 hour jobs, you don't see that a lot, or you don't see someone with a disability that's a parent that has their own kids. I mean, there's cases, but it's like sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. It's like very low the number of people do have, you know, have their own kids, have their own family started and stuff. So it's always like the question, what am I gonna do with myself, with my life, Because there's certain things I have to be realistic, What am I gonna do with my life? I can't do anything for myself. I need 24/7 help and stuff. So it can feel overwhelming, what's next with your life? You can be angry at the world, angry at your peers that that, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that, and I'm just sitting here, But it can feel overwhelming, like I'm saying, But I feel like my from my experience, I feel growing up, I just turned 25 and a couple of days ago, 2 days ago. So I can tell you this, from personal experience, I feel like try finding something you enjoy doing, and stuff. And I know it can be hard, being like, I want to do other, I wish I can do this, I wish I can do that. But I feel like we always have to have gratitude of what we are able to do, I feel like it really can affect someone if we're focused on things we can't do. I feel we should focus on things that we're able to do. But if that's not helping and you feel like depressed, anxiety, whatever, maybe you need to see a therapist to help you if you're going through mental health issues because you don't know what to do with yourself because it's like it's hard, Having a disability like muscular dystrophy takes away a lot of things. Slowly it's gonna be progressive. A progressive disability slowly over the year you're gonna get weaker and weaker, or whatever whatever happens with your disability. Every disability works differently. And stuff. So it can be complicated. To feel like overwhelmed because you feel like, what am I gonna do? I mean, I can't do this, I can't do that. But I feel like focus on things you can do. Maybe you can start your own YouTube channel. Maybe because it can be hard. Some people with disability, they go off to college, but after college, it's like it's hard to meet people. That's one. Two, it's like there's not a lot of things you can do. It's not because we are lazy. We just want to sit on our chairs and be home. No, it's like it's complicated. We have everybody has different struggles and stuff. I feel like yeah, it can be hard at times. Not saying it can be the easy, but like I'm saying, start a hobby, volunteer somewhere, do public speaking, or something you enjoy doing. Like I don't know, find something to do with. Find a hobby that you can do at home, or find a hobby you can do outdoors from your home. Find something that you enjoy doing. I feel like if you find something you can enjoy, I know something can get boring because you do the same thing over and over, but switch it up a few times, do things, research online, do something. There's a lot of things you can do on the computer and stuff, gaming, I don't know, whatever, find something to do, Every time your disability, gets, it's starting to get, you're getting weaker. If you have muscular dystrophy, always adjust, A disability doesn't define you, It's all in your head sometimes, Finding things to do, finding a support system. I know it can be hard, because not everyone, we don't have enough, like a lot of people that we can lean on for support. Some people you might have known a lot of people from college and school, but everyone will slowly not disappear, but they're gonna start their own life, and they'll be kind of busy, to be there for you. It's not because maybe they'll text you once in a while, but sometimes they get busy, with life and stuff, paying bills and whatnot, But don't feel like disappointed or sad at life, Always find the positive in a bad situation, There has to be something you like to do that you're able to do, But yeah, it can be hard. But that's why I thought I'd make this video. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this. You know, I mean, I tried explaining it. What are my thoughts on all this whole situation? But keep your head up. Anyone who's watching it who has any type of disability, not just muscular dystrophy, any disability that affects someone's lives, it makes you take a different direction from your peers that don't have a disability. Well, that's it for this video. Hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Until next time.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride.